Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Owlery. Today I am bringing you my weekly wrap-up. I didn't read as many books as last week, but I think I still did pretty good. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first book that I finished was The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Sands. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. So good. It was everything that I expected it to be. Our main character grows so much through this novel. This is literally the quintessential coming of age story. He goes through so much. It basically takes place over one full school year, and it's so enlightening and so amazing to see our main character grow along with the side characters that get picked up through the story. The side characters first start out as like backup characters that are kind of just in the background that you don't really think are going to take, much of a role in the entire story, but throughout the story they grow and they become bigger characters and you understand what their struggles are and how they've grown. There's probably 4 to 5 really important side characters in this story, and every single one of them goes through a journey and grows and learns something, and not to mention how extremely diverse this story is and well written and just beautiful. And I loved almost everything about this story. There was a small, like 50 to 60 pages there towards the end that I just kind of felt like was kind of there for filler, but it gave us a little bit of a break. A character can't grow the entire way through the story, so it was a little boring, and I found myself skipping through the pages a little bit till the story kind of picked back up, which is why I gave this a 4.5 stars out of 5 stars instead of a 5. But other than that, this story is amazing, and I enjoyed it so much. Then I took a little bit of a break from the novels and I read the Game of Thrones graphic novels. This one's graphic novel number 3 and this one's number 4. I'm actually reading the 3rd Game of Thrones novel, which is A Storm of Swords, I believe, and all of these graphic novels take place over the course of the first book, so I knew everything that happened already in the first novel, and I really enjoy these. I'm a visual person in the right setting, and so I'm more of a visual person, so seeing the stories and stuff like this, I don't have HBO, so I can't watch the Game of Thrones TV show, but these do such a great job, and they're a really cool recap for me too about all the things that happen. If you guys don't have access to the Game of Thrones novels, or they're just too daunting for you, I really think that these graphic novels are a really good way to kind of like replace that, to see if you like the story, because like I said, all of these take place over the course of the first book. I believe the 4th one, is that the 4th one? Yeah, I believe the 4th one is the last one. So there's only 4 graphic novels, and they do a really good job of depicting all the different things, and it really doesn't leave any important details out. I highly enjoyed these. The artwork was like stunning. This one's a bit graphic. It is a tad graphic though for you guys. If you're younger, under the age of 18, I would be wary going into this, but the artwork is really pretty and the panels are pretty easy to read. So if you want to read a graphic novel instead of that huge like 1,200 page novel to see if you like the story, I would highly recommend these. These are really good. Then I read The Kingdom of Oceana by Mitchell Charles. I'm working with Charles and his publisher this month to help promote his book, and let me tell you, I am extremely picky about the books that I read, and I really enjoyed this one. This is on our main character, Alani, who is the prince of this island nation. This is set 5,000 years ago on what is now the island of Hawaii, and one day him and his brother, Nahoa, I think I'm pronouncing these names correctly, they basically stumble onto this forbidden burial ground and uncover this tiki mask that like releases this curse onto their island, and of course causes a lot of problems. Without going into very many spoilers, I loved this story. It was so well edited, which is something that I find that is definitely a big downfall for independently published or smaller published books. I loved Alani as a character. He seemed a little like thick-headed at times, but of course he's a 16-year-old boy, so that annoyed me a little bit, but I think that's me just being a woman annoyed at a 16-year-old boy. That's normal. The story is just so colorful and vibrant. It is so easily visualized. And then something else that I really enjoyed about what Mitchell Charles did in the bottom. So he uses a lot of native Hawaiian words, and on the bottom of each page, if a word is used, then he gives the definition of that word. And so it was really cool to see Native Hawaiian words being used in that manner and how you can know what they mean even if you're not really sure. And I kind of liked that. It's kind of like a teaching opportunity. So I really enjoyed this. I gave this book a 3.75 out of 5 stars. There were a couple moments where I was a little confused about what was going on and the curse, and then the names were kind of confusing to keep track of, some of the smaller characters especially. But other than that, the story was so enjoyable, and the way that it ended, I'm thinking there might be a sequel, and I definitely need to get my hands on it because it was a cliffhanger, not a big one, just a little one, but this is really enjoyable. Also, this is written for a young adult audience, but I definitely think that kids who read on the middle grade level will highly enjoy this story as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out my weekly wrap-up. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you can check out one of my videos. You can click here, or you can click my face to subscribe if you really liked what you saw. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description below for all of my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!